I don't want to put too much pressure on newspaper marketers, but they may be the last best hope of newspapers. Why? Because I think they have the closest relationship with the public. And the future, the internet, is all about relationships. It's all about connections. It's not about putting out products from a factory once a day. That's over. It's not about one size fits all products. That's over. It's really about trying to establish a new relationship with the public, which includes what people we used to call readers, who now write, and the advertisers, the marketers, and there's a new population of them in our communities. So as we try to reinvent what a newspaper is, it shouldn't be seen as a factory product on paper. It's got to be seen as a new means of enabling the community to do what it wants to do. Now, what are the business models? I don't know. I'm working on a project on new business models for news at the City University of New York, where I teach, and we'll try to flesh these out. But I'm not optimistic about the notions of charging for content online, because there's no end of content now. There's huge competition. There's too much you give up when you try to go behind a wall. So I think we have to find new models to serve lots of new local advertisers we couldn't serve before because we were inefficient, and new ways to enable the community to build their own stuff at less cost and less risk to us. So when a newspaper dies, and let's be honest, they will die this year, at least in the US, I think they won't be replaced by some new single product. They'll be replaced by an ecosystem of many players involved on many models for many motives. But there are opportunities there, opportunities to organize what would seem like to be a mess, opportunities to create the financial underpinning of that, opportunities to equip and train people and make it grow even bigger than news was before. If people in marketing understand this new relationship with the public, I think they have the opportunity to help build this new news ecosystem and to involve folks from our old newspapers. When I'm talking small, I'm talking real small. Okay. I think we're already seeing a lot of laid off journalists who are going and trying to start their own businesses and start their own blogs. Now, frankly, they don't have a lot of business experience. Yeah. And you know, in my day, we were told to stay away from business. It was dirty. Yeah. That was a big problem for journalism, I think, and it's part of the reason we gave journalism poor stewardship among the journalists. But they're out there trying to start these things. They're still trying to report. I think it gets that small. And so if you look at a metro market, you're going to see all these little tiny things growing and a chance to put together networks around them. Now, cautiously, I want to make clear that I know that the American market is very different from other markets. In Europe and other markets, you have robust national marketplaces of news that are still in better shape. They're still having problems. But the regionals in a lot of those countries, in the UK and Germany, which I know, are in trouble too. I think that what I'm describing may be peculiar right now to the American market, but as we say here, we should look upon America as the canary in the coal mine, the bird you put in the coal mine that warns you of danger. The dynamics that I try to describe today about the internet and news are going to be universal. It's just a slightly different timing. Mark Potts, a friend of mine who started Back Fence in the day, he was at a conference at my university a year ago and said, in this new world, you want to be small, but you can succeed at being small only if you're part of something big. So one of the great opportunities is to put together those networks. Look at glam.com, which grew to be 110 million uniques worldwide in only 3 years. Not by owning, controlling, creating content, but by enabling networks of many different players.